Hey everyone, so today we're going to dive into something pretty wild, an ancient view of the universe that, honestly, feels shockingly modern. It's a journey through space, time, and the very fabric of what we call real.
So let's just start with a question, something that kind of messes with how we see things every day. We all assume a day is a day, a year is a year for everyone. But what if that's just not true?
And what's so cool is, this isn't some new age thought experiment. This exact question was explored thousands of years ago in Buddhist philosophy, and the answer they came up with is, well, it's pretty mind-bending.
Okay, so first things first. To even begin to understand this, we have to wrap our heads around the sheer scale of the cosmos as they saw it. We're talking about a universe of universes, something almost beyond our ability to imagine.
All right, so the fundamental unit, the basic building block of this whole thing, is called a 3,000 great thousand world. Now just think of it like this. It's the spiritual domain of one Buddha, kind of like their cosmic neighborhood, and it's on a scale that's roughly the size of an entire galaxy.
And here's how they build up to that incredible scale. It starts small, with just one world, basically our solar system. You take that and multiply it by 1,000. Boom, you've got a small chiliocosm. Then you multiply that by another 1,000 to get a medium chiliocosm. One last multiplication by 1,000, and there you have it. One great thousand world.
So when you do all that math, you end up with a number that's just staggering. A single great thousand world contains about 1 billion star systems, and the texts say that the cosmos is filled with a countless number of these. It's absolutely vast.
But, it's not just about how big it is. This universe is also layered. It's got different dimensions, different realms of existence. We humans, we're down here in the desire realm. But above us, you have beings of pure form, and beyond even that, beings that are just pure consciousness.
So we've got this unimaginably vast space. Got it. But this is where it really gets strange. Because in this layered reality, it turns out that time itself isn't fixed.
This, right here, illustrates the idea perfectly. Just look at this. For a celestial being, a deva, in one of the lower heavens, a single day for them is 50 years for us back here on Earth. I mean, think about that. Your experience of time literally changes depending on what plane of existence you're on.
And to really put that into perspective, if one of these beings lives for 500 of their years, that's 9 million human years. It's insane. You could pop up to visit for just one of their afternoons, come back, and everything you knew, everyone you loved, would be ancient history.
What's just so wild is that this ancient idea, time stretching and shrinking depending on where you are or what state you're in, it sounds a lot like something from modern physics, right? It's an incredible parallel to Einstein's theory of relativity, where time actually slows down as you approach the speed of light.
And if you thought that was a long time, the time scales just get even more ridiculous. For beings in the higher realms, they don't even talk about years. Their lives are measured in kalpas. These are impossibly long eons, so long that they cover the entire lifespan of a universe, from its Big Bang to its final collapse. Okay, so let's recap. We've got this mind-bogglingly huge universe with billions of worlds, and time is all stretchy and relative. You'd think that's the big reveal, right? Well, just when you think you've got a handle on it, the whole philosophy just pulls the rug right out from under you.
Which brings us to the biggest, most profound question of them all. After describing this unbelievable cosmos in such insane detail, the philosophy turns around and asks, is any of it actually real?
This is where the legendary philosopher Nagarjuna comes in, way back in the 2nd century, and he tackled this head-on. He basically argued that the very things we think are solid and real, space, time, matter, they don't really exist as separate, independent things at all.
So how is that possible? How can a universe with 1 billion stars not be real in the way we think it is? Well, Nagarjuna uses this incredible line of logic to just completely deconstruct everything we take for granted. Let's walk through it. Okay, first up, space. He says, look, space is only defined by the stuff that's in it, right? If you took away every planet, every star, every single atom, what would space even mean? It would be a totally empty, meaningless concept. Now let's flip it. What about matter? An object, say a planet, is defined by the space it takes up. Without that space to give it dimensions, to give it an edge, it couldn't exist as a separate thing. It would have no boundaries.
You see where this is going? The whole point is that space and matter are completely dependent on each other.
One can't exist without the other. They aren't two separate, solid things. They're like two sides of the same coin. This idea is the heart of a concept called dependent origination.
And, of course, this exact same inescapable logic gets applied to time. This quote really nails it. Time feels so solid, but the moment you try to grab onto it, it just dissolves.
Let's just break that down for a second. The past, it's gone. It's just a memory, so it's empty. The future hasn't happened yet. It's a projection, so it's also empty. So what about the present? Well, the present moment is just this paper-thin, disappearing line between a past that's gone and a future that isn't here. It has no substance on its own.
So after completely taking apart space, matter, and time, you're left wondering, well, is anything real then? And that leads us to the final, and honestly, the most powerful idea in all of this.
See, the big takeaway isn't that nothing exists. It's that nothing exists by itself. Reality isn't a box full of separate, solid objects. It's more like this: dynamic, shimmering web of interconnectedness, where everything is constantly defining everything else.
And that, of course, brings this whole cosmic journey right back home, to us. Because if space, time, and matter are all just part of this vast, interconnected network, if nothing truly exists on its own, what does that say about you? We'll just leave you with that thought to chew on.